Welcome to Divinity 648. My name is Christina. I'm a high vibrational energy intuitive. This is the bedroom conversation for anyone with Aries and Cancer in their birth chart placements. Doesn't matter where the placement is, as long as they have the two energies. If you only have one of the energies, please make sure you only take the information that applies and you go listen to the other recordings, okay? So, bedroom conversation for someone with Cancer and Aries. You're involved in a contract, a soul contract, soul ties, a real relationship that is divinely orchestrated and guided, okay? And you guys have gone through a lot of karmic lessons and cycles that weren't the greatest experience, but it helped you unfold and become the individual that you were supposed to. Okay. So let's just say one person went through X amount of things with their counterpart because their counterpart was still working through whatever it was that they were living and experiencing. While you were dealing with healing through all of those things, you very well may have gone through your spiritual awakening, right? It's like wasn't the best situation, but it was perfect because if I didn't experience it and go through it the way that I did, I wouldn't have unfolded the way that I did. And I'm so grateful for the unfoldment kind of deal, right? It's almost like the um what didn't make you what didn't break you actually made you. And even if it did break you, it was temporarily, and it helped you to blossom into the individual that you are now. Um some of you, the obstacle in your union or in this dynamic is financial constraints, the worry of not having enough money to be the provider for the whole family, or the worry of not fulfilling or meeting the expectations of the other individual involved. um, a lot of pain came through this. Some of you need to go see a doctor. That's it. Don't know why, but you're being asked to go for a thorough checkup, okay? A full one. Um Person A in this dynamic from the beginning has had a deep sexual desire, a deep intimate need to be with you on many different levels, but never had the ability to communicate things to you, um, although they felt so drawn to you. Some of you, this person, some of you, this person, no matter what you do, you can't keep away, you can't stop, you can't hold yourself back. Hold on. So, some of you, whether you're person A or person B, you'll know who you are. You fell in love with your counterpart. Your counterpart was everything for you. They lit you up. They brought emotions out of you that you didn't know how to express or what to do with, so you tried to suppress them. Um, you know, you ended up in a relationship with someone else for the simple fact that they embodied the person that you loved so much, but didn't make you feel insecure about the emotions you were feeling. So it's almost like you met your feminine. And when I say feminine in this dynamic, I mean you met the person who is energetically connected to you through the solar plexus, okay? This is a real divine being, a real divine counterpart. Um, Someone who is meant to be a certain individual within your life, right? A blessing. But either you did this or the person that you entertained did this, but somehow, some way, You ended up with a different individual who mimicked, cloned, duplicated some characteristics or qualities of your divine counterpart. So you stayed with that person even though you weren't fulfilled, even though you felt like you had to sleep with one eye open around them. You probably cooked your own meals because you didn't trust them to prepare them for you without messing with it, without doing craft, and so on and so forth. Um, Sorry, I was saging. So, person A is heartbroken for the way that they treated their person. And they treated their person because they treated their person this way because of some level of deceit, some level of confusion, as far as who they were meant to be with. Uh, they've no longer they've no longer in a point where they don't know who they want to be with. They now know. If they haven't told you yet, they're going to. And they're choosing to be with the individual who fulfills them inside. They're choosing to be with the individual who loves every part of their body naturally, without force, without craft, without manipulation. Um, Again, I'm seeing the need to go get checked, go see a doctor. For some of you, it could be an STD. For others, you could be pregnant and not even know it. There's some conversations that still need to take place. Don't be so quick to move on with another individual. Even if you separate from your counterpart, stay by yourself, allow yourself to heal before you rush in and be with someone else. So that way, when you're healed and in the right state of mind, you can make a solid, tangible choice on whether or not you want to move forward towards another individual or if you want to stay in the dynamic that you're in. Um, I do see you guys having a new level of this commitment, a new level to this commitment, a more um, fulfilling level, a lot of communication, a lot of intimacy, not just one sided either, but equal and balanced. I do see a lot of people on the outside kind of looking in. A lot of them might be looking at it like, how is it that those two are together? Or maybe one of you just, maybe you guys are an odd couple. Maybe, you guys come off as like really odd. Um, or you guys could just have been that couple that made it through so much fuckery that people, when they look at you, they're like, oh my God, they're finally together. You have no idea. This one was always with that one, and this one was always this one, and they always went back to each other, and now they're finally just with each other, and they've shut the rest of the world out. Um, be careful about who you're intimate with because there's a possibility of pregnancy if you are not cautious. Cancer, Aries, you're in a soul contract. The amount of love between you and your person, your real person, the one that there's a significant, either you have like a foot fetish or there's something about their feet, or you just have like a need to cater to them, maybe. Um, the one who loves every part of you. And when I say every part, I don't like to show my cards, but I love this. So, very, very intimate here, right? She's got his hands on his balls. He's kind of wiping the hair out of her face while she's sucking on his fingers, like full blown intimacy. Um, no shyness, no it's kind of like you guys have better communication through sex than you do through verbal. Um, and again, with a please don't go energy, please don't entertain anyone else. I can't imagine my life if you left me for someone else. Um, Almost like like a cry. It almost feels like a cry. It almost feels like I'm begging you to please see through this, because maybe there's some external influences, not necessarily from your person, but from other individuals external to the connection. And external influences does not mean it's only craft. It could be just them running their mouth about nonsense. Um, if you understand anything that I have just said, you both love the shit out of each other. And this is a real divine connection that can't be severed. It doesn't matter how much witchcraft is played with. This is it. This is a connection. This is union. This is real love. Um, real love. And even if your person deceived you and harmed you in ways that should warrant you to walk the fuck away, you have to remember this is your counterpart. You're supposed to go through certain things so that way you can unfold the way that you're supposed to. If you understand what I'm talking about, life's not been easy for you. You've had near death experiences. People you've poured yourself into and allowed yourself to be vulnerable around have hurt you or deceived you or wronged you on numerous occasions. Um, Black sheep of the family, or you could be the go-to person of the family, but you're expected to conduct yourself a certain kind of way for the sake of the family, instead of being able to express yourself and do the things that you want to do as you feel fit, right? It's almost like I'm the head of the family, right? I'm the eldest male of the family now. So I'm expected to be married. I'm expected to uh, stay within my race. I'm expected to stay within my religion. I'm expected to date a certain type of person because it's expected. That shit don't fly. Not here. Divine unions, divine counterparts, solar plexus unions, you are yin yang. You're not going to be the same race. You're not going to have the same religious aspects, views, perspectives. You're not going to have the same type of upbringing, okay? That's the yin yang energy. It's when two opposites come together and have complete balance, because where one person lacks or is inadequate or is abundant, you are the complete opposite of them. It's the opposites attract. It's the two magnets that are really hard to pull apart. It's that um I'm sleeping, having a nightmare, my person's at work, and I get a phone call and my person's like, "Are you okay? I don't know what's going on, but I feel some kind of a way. I just needed to check up on you." And then you're like, "Oh, I was just having a nightmare." It's that really deep connection that can't be denied. It's like if you all of a sudden just start having back pains or body aches and they're not yours, and you say, please remove external influences, and just like that, it fucking goes away. And then you talk to your person the next day and they're like, oh yeah, I slipped and fell and I hurt this, and oh my God, I slammed my hand in the door, or oh my God, this happened, and you're not gonna believe this. And you're like, yeah, I believe it. Yeah, I believe it. As feminines and masculines on this level of things, like really like solar plexus ties, it's more than just knowing and feeling, right? Like you can put your partner in protection. Like whenever I cleanse and clear and protect my energy, I do that for my children first, then me, and then my counterpart, and usually my counterpart's children before my counterpart, but mostly my counterpart, because I always make sure the children are handled from both sides regardless. White light protection, give them nothing but abundance and prosperity. And I'm hearing and seeing so many coincidences out of this energy, and it's kind of like you when you're in a deep level relationship, it's literally that runner chaser dynamic, that twin flame stuff, right? You go through all of those scenarios because a solar plexus connection is everything beneath it and more. Okay. So you get to do the runner chaser, you get to do the, maybe in another lifetime, nope, never mind, played ya this lifetime kind of flow. And you get to experience things that the average, like they say twins have a special connection, like a special connection where they can kind of feel each other's pain and stuff. It's kind of the same deal, which is where the twin flame thing comes from, right? It's two separate flames, but they're so in sync that it's almost as if they're one. Um, Flames can be swapped out. Flames is not a make or break. I can't be with anybody else. The solar plexus energy is the you are not going to be with anyone else. And if you are, it's karmic lesson after lesson. So either you're tired of the lessons or you just want to suffer for the rest of your life and be with someone that's not your person. That's completely up to you. But I do see this dynamic as being it's just you, it's just me. I don't have a third party. The gap between us is the financial constraints or limitations. And it doesn't have to just be money, it could be family, it could be keeping appearances. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Don't be so quick to abandon this union. Make sure you stay put and give your person another chance to do right by you and actually reciprocate the energy moving forward. Um, I am hearing again, please go get checked by a doctor. So there's something going on. And if you can't get pregnant and pregnancy is not an option or um, it's not anything in your dynamic, just know that there's something going on, right? Something is going on. I keep hearing your person's only intimate with you. Your ex and their ex is stalking the both of you. Um, just remember to reflect, breathe, right? Deep breaths, and then react. I keep hearing your counterpart loves you so much you can trust and believe it. You deserve this. And it's not, oh boy. So even if your person doesn't deserve reconciliation with you, you deserve it. It's not about them, it's about you, right? That's the way that you need to look at it. Um, I have this energy of, you know, don't tell me what my person did before. You knew me, you knew my person, you didn't tell me then. Don't come now and tell me now because now I know. And if they do come and tell you, you need to ask yourself, if they knew this whole time, how come they didn't tell you before? Why are they telling you now? Oh, because before it was, you guys weren't really together, but now you guys are in a solid commitment and married and having children and live together and all this otherness. So, I felt that the need was for me to come in and tell you because now your dynamics changed. Bitch, don't you think you should have told me that before my dynamic changed? Because then I could have like went through those emotions and probably moved the fuck on back then. Why would you want me to move on now and not back then when it wasn't so serious? Watch who you call your friends. Because some of them are coming in just to tell you stuff that they've known this whole time, just to disrupt things. And at this point, if you guys weren't even in a real solid, serious commitment, why does any of that shit matter to you? Why? People can grow, people can change, people can change. So don't listen to the bullshit outside of your relationship. If you've healed and grown and decided that from this point forward, I'm moving forward with you and only with you, and you feel the same way about me, I don't give a fuck about what happened before today. I don't want to hear about the dramas from yesterday, and I don't want to hear it from anybody else. You're not in my bed. I'm not having sex with you. We don't share any type of sexual intimacy. It's just me and my person. And if you're coming at me with knowledge that you've had this whole time, I don't need to hear it from you. Or I don't need to accept, like, thank you for telling me. I'm glad I now know I can address it with him, even though, like, that shit should have been cleared between the two of you when you guys decided to move forward. Otherwise, you made a decision to move forward while you were being deceived. Um, yeah. Use your own discretion. I'm not saying be an idiot or a sucker, but I am telling you to rest, refuel, relax. Rest, refuel, and relax. Ask questions. And if there's anything that they could have possibly done that would have been make or break for your connection, ask them that in advance. Like, did you have any kids with anybody? Yes or no? And don't tell me no, and then I find out later it's a yes. Did you have any kids with anybody? Are you sure they're yours? How many people did you entertain while we were separated? How deceitful did you get? What's the worst thing you did? Did you sleep with any of my friends? Did you sleep with anybody that I'm no longer friends with? Did you fuck anybody that you worked with? Anyone. On any level. Have you had sex with anybody that I've worked with? Any of them. On any level. Think of the things that would really be make or break. Did you have any intimacy with anybody in my family? What parts of you have changed? Why now? Why not before? Did you have a kid with somebody else? I don't give a fuck if the bitch had an abortion. I don't give a fuck if she put it up for adoption. Did you father any other children? Think about what's make or break for you and ask your partner straight out before you decide if you want to continue forward with them. And if they lie to you, then you know they haven't changed. But do remember that your person loves the shit out of you. And please know that this energy, your person, your solar plexus person, is only intimate with you at this present moment. You know, some of your partners probably think you did craft on them, tried to ruin their life, only to find out that you didn't. You just protected them from dealing with toxic bitches who probably are gold diggers or more or worse, or men who just wanted to have their way with you, lock you down, and mistreat you. You don't know what they know. You don't know. 9 out of 10, the person who awakens before the other one is the one that's being accused as doing craft on them. 9 out of 10, they have people watching you, worried that you are doing craft on them or have done craft on them or are intimate with someone else because you've changed so drastically towards them. Okay, so Cancer, Aries placements. Some of you are in a real divine connection, a real one. And when I say real, I mean there's no abuse between the two of you. There's never been any level of physical abuse between the two of you. Okay. There is never been that's all I'm getting. Some real solar plexus counterparts have done some really fucked up shit, but they've not ever physically assaulted you. They've not ever physically put their hands on you to hurt you. Um, challenge the shit out of you in many other areas of your life, but you, while going through all of this, went through your spiritual awakening. And that's my cue to end this.